Let's take a look at some of our national and international headlines for this Thursday morning, July 6th, 2017. One day after North Korea fired off an ICBM, or at least allegedly did. It was an intercontinental ballistic missile that they said they were testing, and the United States confirmed that it was a type of missile they hadn't seen before. It was launched basically without warning, and they're saying we'll put all the commercial airlines and boats in that area at risk by doing that. Well, as a result, the United States and South Korea fired a whole bunch of missiles off the coast of North Korea. Technically South Korean waters, but it was a battery of missiles intended to show, do that again and we will aim these at your backyard. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un has gone on the record as saying that missile was a gift to the American bastards on their Independence Day. So, thank you for that gift. The Russian strategic bombers managed to strike ISIS terrorist facilities with cruise missiles in Syria yesterday. No word on how many people were killed in that strike. However, there's been no deal on de-escalation. As the talks continue here, the de-escalation zones that were supposed to be put into effect by now in Syria, all of the different parties are still at the table, and the work will continue in Astana as the peace talks are going on right now with the United Nations help as well. The Qatar crisis continues with now new restrictions likely to come. The current restrictions will continue as the 4 other Gulf states have said, we're sorry, Qatar, but you haven't really given in to our demands yet, and we're doing this for your own good, and that'll be my subject of commentary today. Investigators are continuing to explore if Russia colluded with pro-Trump websites during the U.S. election, now saying that the sheer preponderance of so-called fake news stories and fake news websites that came out from Russian sources accusing Clinton of everything from murder to pedophilia, which, by the way, these accusations are not new. These so-called fake news stories or whatever, there's more to be said about that. However, not today. The point is now the investigators are looking at if Russia was colluding with pro-Trump websites and getting paid to bump it up on Facebook and whatnot at the same time. Meanwhile, the Russian ambassador says that America's highly charged political atmosphere is crippling Russian-U.S. ties. This on the eve of the Russian president and the U.S. president sitting down and actually having a real face-to-face meeting. That'll be happening on the sidelines of the G20 summit that's happening this weekend. A policewoman was fatally shot in what they're calling an unprovoked attack in the Bronx. The man allegedly walked right up to the police car and shot her in the head, ran off, was chased down by other police officers, and shot dead himself, so there will be no trial to see why he did it. Theresa May, Prime Minister of Britain, of course, now defending the austerity measures that she's trying to put in place, saying that Britain could turn into Greece if it fails to tackle the deficit. Meanwhile, the public employees are threatening to walk off if they don't get more demands. Looking at a new photo that has emerged, it appears that Amelia Earhart may have survived that crash landing and was captured by the Japanese. This new image shows the aviator boarding a ship on a Pacific island after she vanished. As part of a subject of a history special that's going on this weekend. And lastly, if you've been keeping an eye on it, Russia is designing a new super heavy carrier rocket that they hope to have lifting off around 2028. It looks like another attempt to get to the moon. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. And many more. Check out the website, radiofreespeech.com, and make sure you send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com.